Sister Wives Garrison Brown body cam audio reveals moment cops discovered suicide. Hello viewers, I'm Sophia. If you like my video, please subscribe and stay tuned for new videos. Police in Flagstaff, Arizona have released body cam audio documenting the moment that officers discovered the body of late Sister Wives star Garrison Brown. In the audio obtained by TMZ, an officer can be heard stating that Garrison is deceased and that an unloaded firearm was found in his lap. The officer also states that the death appears to be a suicide and that no note was found at the scene. Garrison took his own life in March at the age of 25. Garrison Brown body cam footage reveals roommates' grief. In a second clip, an officer contacts two of Garrison's roommates to inform them of his passing. One roommate, Cheyenne, breaks down in tears and states that she heard an unusual sound coming from Garrison's room the previous night. In previously released body cam footage, a third roommate spoke about Garrison's struggles with alcoholism. He drank a lot and said he was going to stop this month, but I didn't ask him about it or anything, roommate Tyler Sanford told one officer. He would try and limit himself, like this month, he was going to try and go the whole month. I feel like when Lent started, he said he was going to give it up for Lent, but I don't think that lasted, Sanford explained. I've never been around a heavy alcoholic, but I would hear him stumble sometimes. But he never, seemed too out of it. But I wasn't hanging out with him all the time. In previously released text messages, Garrison admitted to struggling with suicidal tendencies. Gave Gabe my firing pistons a while ago. I know you guys worry about my suicidal tendencies, Garrison texted his mother, Janelle Brown, at one point. Garrison Brown. Gone but never forgotten. In the weeks since his untimely passing, Garrison's family has continued to honor his memory in various ways. Last week, Janelle honored her son on what would have been Garrison's 26th birthday. Happy birthday, sweetheart. We are missing you terribly today. It's hard to believe you aren't here anymore, Janelle wrote on Instagram. We talked a lot about you today, and even went to Texas Roadhouse for dinner, your favorite place, the grieving mother continued. I still feel you nearby sometimes. And I'm grateful we will see each other again when my journey is completed. Obviously, Janelle will never fully recover from the loss of her beloved son, but those closest to the reality star say that she's taking solace in the love of her family, especially her 3 grandchildren. Our thoughts go out to the entire Brown family during this enormously difficult time. Janelle Brown pays tribute to late son on Garrison's 26th birthday. Janelle Brown just shared a truly heart-shattering Instagram post. On Wednesday, the Sister Wives star's son Garrison would have turned 26 years old, except, tragically, he took his own life about 6 weeks ago. As previously documented, Garrison died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound on March 4. We've since learned, via text messages Garrison sent to family members and friends leading up to this moment, that Garrison had suicidal thoughts toward the end of his life. In her aforementioned tribute, meanwhile, the grieving mother of 6 uploaded photos and videos of her son on his birthday throughout the years, while also writing a lovely message to mark the incredibly challenging occasion. The final picture in the video feature a young Garrison smiling at his mom as she holds up what appears to be a cake in the shape of a spider. Happy birthday, sweetheart. We are missing you terribly today. It's hard to believe you aren't here anymore, Janelle wrote in the caption, accompanied by a whistled version of Happy Birthday. We talked a lot about you today, and even went to Texas Roadhouse for dinner, your favorite place, Janelle continued. I still feel you nearby sometimes. And I'm grateful we will see each other again when my journey is completed. This was far from the first time Janelle took to social media in order to either thank supporters and or honor Garrison. Last month, for example, Brown said she was moved to tears by the public response to Garrison's suicide. It's been hard to get my brain to work properly again. I am so grateful for the outpouring of love and support I've received these last 3 weeks. The support has been overwhelming. I am honored, Janelle also wrote a few weeks ago. So many of you shared stories of your loved ones. So many of you wrote of your thoughts and prayers. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Garrison was honored by family members and by his National Guard unit last Saturday at a celebration of life ceremony. He would have loved it. According to friends of the reality star, Garrison had fallen into depression prior to his death, drinking heavily most nights, at least partially related to a recent breakup. He sent a troubling text message the day before taking his own life, which prompted Janelle to reach out to her other kids and ask them to check on Garrison. His brother, Gabriel, volunteered to do so, and then later discovered his sibling's corpse in his Flagstaff, Arizona apartment. Janelle and her former spouse, Cody, released a joint statement on March 5, alerting everyone to what had happened with their son. Cody and I are deeply saddened to announce the loss of our beautiful boy, Robert Garrison Brown. He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him, they wrote back then. His loss will leave such a big hole in our lives that it takes our breath away. We ask that you please respect our privacy and join us in honoring his memory. Garrison Brown admits to suicidal tendencies in heartbreaking final text messages. In Touch Weekly has gotten a hold of Garrison Brown's cell phone. On Monday, the tabloid published a shocking feature in which it included numerous photos of the late 25-year-old's device, revealing to readers just what Brown was thinking and saying before taking his own life back on March 4. These messages reveal that Garrison had recently taken a day off of work prior to his suicide, that his family had been very concerned about his mental well-being, and that they tried to reach out to him to help before their biggest nightmare came true. We also get a look at the text message that prompted Garrison's brother to go check on him and eventually discover his corpse. Garrison was also in contact with one of his roommates before he reportedly died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and he asked an unknown person to come over. This individual said she was coloring my hair, and turned down the offer as a result. Elsewhere, Garrison texted someone from work to let him / her know that he was vomiting blood and would likely be visiting the clinic. Previously, we confirmed that one of Garrison's roommates said she and Garrison had been talking of late about depression. The Flagstaff, Arizona police report went on to say that this friend stated that he knew that Garrison was having problems with his ex-girlfriend and that he was not a very happy person. In a confessional interview at one point in 2022, Janelle expressed concern over her son's lack of connection with their father as a result of Cody Brown's strict COVID-19 family rules. I have worried about my boy's mental health. Gabriel feels everything very, very deeply. But he's also the kid who doesn't say anything, Janelle said back then. Have no firearms in my house. Garrison also texted his mom not long before he killed himself. However, crime scene photos obtained by In Touch make it evidence that a firearm was present at the scene. As reported in the past, and now proven by these leaked messages, Janelle reached out to Garrison's siblings to ask them to check in on him after some of her texts to her son went unanswered. Garrison, as you likely know by now, was found dead in his apartment in Flagstaff on March 5. Flagstaff police officers responded to a report of a death inside a home, the Flagstaff Police Department said in a statement back then. Upon arrival, officers met with a sibling, identified as Gabe, and discovered Mr. Brown deceased as a result of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Cody and I are deeply saddened to announce the loss of our beautiful boy, Robert Garrison Brown. He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him. His loss will leave such a big hole in our lives that it takes our breath away. Sister Wives fans have taken notice of his passion over the years. And in the wake of his heartbreaking death by suicide, fans are honoring his